Once more, I am here with the last lecture of the series on chapter 5. Today we will talk about genetic disorders. Under it, the last part or the second part, that is chromosomal disorders. The previous lecture was on Mendelian disorders. Now today we will talk about chromosomal disorders. Now chromosomal disorders can be again of two categories. Now chromosomal disorders means abnormal number of chromosomes. So when any individual has an abnormal number of chromosomes, that is we humans are supposed to be having 46 number of chromosomes, but it so happens due to some abnormality during cell division, the gametes that develop in some people, they turn out to be containing abnormal number of chromosomes. Instead of 23 and 23, they contain either 24 or 22, and so consequently when they fuse with a normal gamete with 23 chromosomes, then the zygote that will result from it will carry a chromosome number which will not be 46. Either it will be 45 or 47. So such disorders, this is an example which we see in humans. Such type of disorders are referred to as chromosomal disorders. So that is aneuploidy. Then another category which is polyploidy. In polyploidy, what happens? The whole set of chromosomes may be more or less. Like there is gain of the whole set or sets of chromosomes. Whole set means, like say an organism, it is supposed to be having 8 chromosomes only. That is diploid number, 2n number is 8. But that particular organism, instead of having 8 chromosomes, what happens? It has 16 chromosomes. So the whole set of chromosome gets doubled in its body. Such cases will be called as polyploidy. Then the case of this is, it happens due to failure of cytokinesis after telophase. That is, after during telophase, what happens? The cell division, the telophase, the chromosomes, they have got distributed. That means the chromosomes, they have moved to the 2 poles. So followed by cytokinesis. It should be followed by separation of the 2 sets of chromosomes into 2 individual cells. But it does not happen. The cytokinesis, that means the separation wall does not develop in them, and then the 2 new sets of chromosomes, they remain within the same cell, so consequently the whole set of chromosome doubles. So that is known as polyploidy. Aneuploidy, the first what I was mentioning just when I opened chromosomal disorders. Aneuploidy is gain or loss of chromosomes, which is seen in human beings. The first case, polyploidy, is not seen in human beings. It is seen only in plants. But aneuploidy can be seen very well in humans. If there is gain means a single chromosome increase. Like say, we humans should be having 46, but some people, they have 47 chromosome. That will be called as trisomy. And if there is one chromosome less, that will be called as monosomy of chromosomes. This happens due to non-disjunction of the chromosomes. That is, during cell division, the chromatids, that is especially during meiosis 2. Okay, especially during meiosis 2, at the end of meiosis 1, I will not go into the details of meiosis 1 because we are almost familiar with those things. At the end of meiosis 1, what do we get? We get haploid number of chromosomes in both the 2 daughter cells. Here I am talking about after completion of meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 has already completed. Now dyads have been formed, which is proceeding towards meiosis 2. It is proceeding towards meiosis 2. And we have to always keep in mind that meiosis is the type of cell division responsible for formation of gametes. So what is happening here? This is the process of gametogenesis that is going on through meiosis. Now at the end of meiosis 1, we get 2 daughter cells, each having haploid number of chromosomes. That is, each having haploid number of chromosomes, and. Now let us assume, just as an example, let us assume that n number is 2. Just we are assuming this as a case, okay, though such an organism does not exist, so but we are just taking it as an example. So here this particular cell, daughter cell, has 2 chromosomes, the second one also has 2 chromosomes, but the original cell which divided, it had 4. That means the diploid number was 4. So and that is 2 each the daughter cells have. Now they will proceed towards meiosis 2. During meiosis 2, what happens? Both the 2 chromosomes that will be there, they will form the chromatids. Okay, they will form the chromatids in this manner. These things we have already learned. Okay, they will form the chromatids arranged at the equatorial plate, followed by separation of the chromatids after anaphase. Okay, so these chromatids, they will separate out, and then finally what will you get? We will get two cells from one cell, that which will be the gametes, which will similarly, it will happen with the second one also. The same event is expected to happen even here, where there will be formation of 2 cells, and what do we expect? That 2 chromatids will move here, 2 chromatids will move here. But sometimes it happens that out of the 2 chromatids, okay, out of the 2 chromatids here, okay, 2 chromosomes. So whatever, like in humans, what will happen? We will have 23 such pairs. Okay, we will have 23 such sets. We are talking of an organism with 4 chromosomes. So what do we get? We get 2 such sets. They should have separated like this previous case. 2 here and 2 here. But it so happens that sometimes 2 of them move to one side, and this side 0 and the other one goes normally, let us say. That is, this first pair, it did not segregate, it did not separate, both of them were moved together towards one side, keeping the other side empty or vacant. The other pair, its other set, it separated normally. So consequently, what shall we get? We will get 4 cells. Okay, the first one here, it will have 2, second one will have 2, third one will have 3, and the fourth one will have 1. Okay, so this will be the number of chromosomes in the gametes. So normally it should have happened that 2, 2, 2 and 2. But what happened due to this is known as non-disjunction, the failure of the chromatids to separate properly. So it resulted into gametes with abnormal number of chromosomes. One of the gametes has a single chromosome, the second one has 3 chromosomes, the other 2 have normal chromosomes. Fine. So suppose this is happening during sperm production. The eggs were normal. Normal means same species, so it will also carry 2 chromosomes. Now it's randomly there will be fusion of the gametes. If it so happens normal sperm fuses with a normal egg, fine. It will form a zygote with 4 chromosomes. Normal individual will develop. But if it so happens that a normal egg fuses with this abnormal gamete 3. So what will happen? It will develop into a zygote who will be having 5 chromosomes, which is an abnormal number compared to the normal 4. So what is this? This is a case of trisomy. Here we see it's a case of trisomy. If suppose normal egg fuses with a sperm which is abnormal, how is this abnormal? It is deficient. So it fuses, what will happen? It will form a zygote which will have 3 chromosomes in that new offspring. In the new offspring, there will be only 3 chromosomes in place of 4. That means loss of chromosome. So this will be a case of monosomy. So this is how the cases of trisomy and monosomy may arise. Now, such cases do exist in humans. But they are not hereditary. That means it may happen in an individual's lifetime during gamete formation, once, twice, thrice, we do not know. Okay, it can happen, such abnormal divisions. Reason exactly not yet detected. There are some reasons which have been studied, but still then. And coincidentally, it happens that abnormal gametes, abnormal number, when they were formed, at that time only fertilization occurred. So what will happen? It will result into a zygote. It will result in an offspring with an abnormal number of chromosome. And such individuals will be said to be suffering from chromosomal disorders. Now we will study few cases of chromosomal disorders which happens in humans. Down's syndrome. Down syndrome is a case of trisomy in which the individual or the human being has 47 chromosomes. Here, there is an additional copy of chromosome number 21. That means during gamete formation, maybe in the mother or maybe in the father, chromosome number 21st, it did not segregate, it did not separate. So what happens? It entered into one of the gametes. So one of the gametes, instead of carrying 23 chromosomes, it carried 24 with both of the 21st chromosome. Otherwise, it should have had only one of the 21st chromosome. Normally, it has only one of each pair. But in this case, the gamete will carry 2 of chromosome number 21. And it fuses with a normal gamete. Result is what? Result will be that the 24 chromosomes plus 23 chromosomes forms an offspring with 47 chromosome. Please do not get confused with the number 21 here. This 21 is the 21st chromosome has additional copy. Why additional? Because from the abnormal gamete already 2 were there of chromosome number 21, and from the normal gamete 1 has come. So what happens? 3 of chromosome number 21, where it should be present only 2. Okay. Now the symptoms of such people, okay, they are short statured, small, they have small round head, partially open mouth, their tongue is furrowed and protruding always, they have a broad palm, slow mental development. You can make out by looking at such people. Now here the same thing, okay, Down syndrome, trisomy 21 it is called. Okay, so here are our 23 chromosomes, like say 23 sets, rather 46 chromosomes, 2 of chromosome 1, 2 of chromosome 2, 2 of chromosome 3, and so on. Okay, it goes on. And if it is a female, if the individual we are considering is female, then it will have XX chromosome, the sex chromosomes, or if it's male, it will have X and Y. So here what happens? This 21st chromosome, an individual with trisomy 47, that is Down syndrome, who is suffering, so it will have this 21st chromosome 3, where it should have, what have happened? 2. Why there are 3? I repeat the same thing again, because 2 has come from one of the parent and 1 has come from the other parent. Normally only 1 and 1 should have come. So such people you can easily make out by looking at them also. Then symptoms, furthermore some more symptoms with pictures here. They have dental problems, they have short ears, they have short thick hand, congenital heart defects, then white spots, small head at birth. And then the palm, especially the palm, the hand, when you look at, they have some very abnormal creases. Okay, their creases are not like the normal individuals. The next disorder, Klinefelter syndrome. This is also a case of trisomy where there is an additional X chromosome. This affects the sex chromosomes. Non-disjunction of sex chromosomes leads to this particular defect. Here additional X chromosome. Okay, in case of males, that means suppose the sperms, the father's sperms were made up of both X and Y. where only either X or Y should be coming, but they fail to separate. That is why both X and Y were present in the sperm. The female was normal, so it will result into such cases. It might result. Or if in the female the egg failed to segregate, okay, the egg failed to segregate, so what happened? Both X chromosomes came together, it fused with a normal Y carrying sperm and results into the combination XXY. So it will also show, or it will also give 47 chromosomes in that person. The symptoms, basically these are males. Why? Due to the presence of Y, but possess feminine characteristics. Gynecomastia, that means development of breast. Okay, they will be sterile, they cannot reproduce. So here Klinefelter syndrome, additional X chromosome. Then these are the symptoms: sparse facial hair, poor muscle development, and large breasts, that is gynecomastia. Then long legs, smaller testicles, long trunk, narrow shoulders. So they have a lot of feminine characteristics, but basically they are males. They have the male genital organs. Then the last syndrome, that is Turner's syndrome. This is monosomy. Here there is a loss of chromosome, that is absence of one X chromosome. So it will happen in cases when maybe the sperm carrying X chromosome fuses with an egg which does not carry any sex chromosome. Non-disjunction, same thing. That means the other two, the X's, they went into one gamete and the other gamete was empty. So it fuses and results into XO. Or maybe the sperm, both the sperms entered into one gamete and the other was left vacant of or devoid of sex chromosomes. So it may result into such a combination, 44 plus XO. 44, these are the autosomes. Now these are basically females, but they are sterile. They have rudimentary ovaries due to the absence of the additional X chromosome, poorly developed secondary sexual characters. They are females, but they did not have a menstrual cycle whereby they will form ovules, they will form the ovum, and that will result into the proper menstrual cycle. All these are lacking. So here, this is the case here again. You can see a loss of the second sex chromosome. It is missing. And it results into total chromosome number 45. So here, these are some of the symptoms: hyperthyroidism, low CTS, small jaw bones, white chest, infertility, numerous moles on the body. This is pigmentation, due to pigmentation. Problems in the lymph system, swollen hands and feet, because it affects the lymph system. That is why they have swollen hands and feet. Cardiac problems, short and wide neck. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms or the characteristics that are found in people, in females suffering from Turner's syndrome. So with this, we come to the end of the lecture series, total lecture series on chapter 5. If you have any queries, any things like doubts, you can always refer to the previous lectures, which are all present in my channel.